Good evening, Vineland High School football fans, and welcome into another edition of Thursday Night Football here from Egg Harbor Township. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa up here on the Sky Deck with you here at EHT. And Rich, we've got a rematch from a couple weeks ago here in this regional postseason tournament. The Fighting Clan coming back to try to get some vengeance against EHT, who they lost to on October 15th, 35-21.
Yeah, and that was a strange game. Vineland came out up 14-0 right before the half. It gets tied up, and then Vineland loses their lead right in the beginning of the fourth to not be able to come back. But it was big plays for the EHT Eagles. It was the long one was a 72-yard pass from Rando, and then Rando also had 3 more completions for touchdowns to J. Nelly Reyes. And that was a game where our lead corner was a little banged up, Powell in and out, and Vineland was in decent coverage but not able to turn around and spot the football and make a play on that and just, turn your head and we're there. So it was big plays for them. Vineland had one big run by Russo, but aside from that, Vineland was able to move the ball a little bit, and this offense has just gotten better since we left here.
Absolutely, and we're getting set here for the opening kickoff as Vineland will receive here for the first half kickoff. A bit of a squib kick there. And Vineland's got decent starting field position right around the 35-yard line. And Rich, hopefully in this game we won't see any viral clips of referees like we did last week, as you and I were internet sensations on a broadcast because of some refereeing decisions.
Yeah, and we talk about the guys on the field. You can't take a play off. Not that I took that play off doing some color, but I'm like, oh, what could I have said instead of high-roading it, and all right, well, can't really complain. And that was something Coach Russo brought up on the podcast, that he loses his composure, we lose our composure, and then there's issues.
Yeah, we'll get a little bit more into that, but Danny Russo and the Vineland offense setting up shop here for the first drive of the game as Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it up the middle. Nice chunk of change there for the sophomore quarterback. Picks up about 4 on the carry.
Yeah, last time Russo with 19 rushes for 113 and 2 scores. Also 6 for 16 passing with 194 yards through the air. So as we go into this, last time these two played a few weeks ago was EHT averaging 4.7 a carry, Vineland averaging 4.8, but Vineland controlled the ball a lot longer. Vineland was able to establish some field position as it went on, had the better drives in it, but big plays, and it started a trend of 2 weeks in a row, a late touchdown by the opponent, and then a score in the third when they get ball first.
Second down here for Vineland, 2nd and 6 from the 38. Russo hands this one off. Making his way upfield is Charles Clark. I'm sorry, DJ Clark. Back in the lineup after missing last week's game, so good to see DJ back out on the field.
And that's what Vineland's going to need. We mentioned Tank Powell being back in there defensively and also offensively, the leading receiver, but also having DJ Clark in there that really strengthens up that secondary.
Coach Russo's mantra on the podcast this week, the recommendation not only for his son, the sophomore quarterback Daniel Russo, but also to EHT when they get on offense, throw the ball to number 3. Russo takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. EHT sniffs that one out, though, so it'll be second down here.
Yeah, EHT's Mike Simmons, the junior at 6'2", 230, really just gobbled Russo up. Managed to pick up a yard on that somehow.
2nd and 9.
6 foot, that's all right. But 6'2", 230, that's a big, strong dude.
Yeah. Fortunate to have Daniel on the podcast this week. Make sure you guys go check that out on the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Russo takes the snap. He's going to keep it. Decent fake there by Russo to hold that one and pick up some tough yards to make this a bit more manageable here on 3rd down.
Yeah, the inside backer was on a blitz there, and it was picked up really nice by the interior line of Vineland. I mean, that play could have been blown up for a loss of 5, if not for great communication up front.
Coach Russo mentioned this week as well, unfortunately, Ryan Maven out for the season. Was playing some of that, free safety, a bit of corner as well, so we'll see more Mark Mutcherson this week. As Russo pitches this one backwards to the surprise of the ball carrier there.
It was a firm pitch.
It was DJ Clark.
Vineland tries something new with a little option. Make Coach Parentasi happy. That was option left and option right. So Vineland will send in the punt team here. They pick up a couple first downs, move it across midfield, and try to establish that field position. The sun right now is in the returner's eyes. So if you can get this one up in the air, it could become a little bit difficult.
Good snap there by Russo. Plenty of time for Greif to get this one away. Takes a nice bounce and roll for Vineland. Will be down at the 20-yard line by Russo.
Yeah, I also got to hear young Dan Russo talking on the podcast about his long snapping, and the biggest joy, it seemed, wasn't the snapping of the ball, but having that clean release to go down and make a play on special teams.
As always here at Silver Eagle Stadium, cheering is expected and appreciated.
So EHT will get on offense here for the very first time in this one. Christian Rando, the quarterback here for EHT, the senior, 6'2", 195 pounds. Had 4 big plays, as Coach Russo mentioned on the Dan Russo show this week. As Rando hands this one off to his running back.
And about 5 on that one. Well, it was Rando last time, 5 for 12, but 4 of those were for touchdowns. 5 for 12, 170.
Leon Ellis, the ball carrier on that one. Second and 6 here for EHT. They hand this one off again.
Nice team tackling.
So that'll bring up 3rd down.
This looked like he ran right into his own blocker there. Kind of got some of the tackle. And it was Eugene Allen up on front, the 6'4", 250-pounder. He got in a personal war with one of our linemen and just didn't get the push he wanted.
Rando under center for this 3rd down play here. He's looking to pass. He fires. It's complete to the intended receiver, who makes his way up just shy of the 35, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. DJ Gurman, the receiver on that one. He had some big plays in the previous matchup between these two teams, Rich, and he's going to be a guy that this Vineland defense has to keep an eye on.
I think anytime on your resume you have a 72-yard touchdown reception, that's enough to make a game in one play.
He and J. Nelly Reyes were the 2 big play initiators there for this EHT offense. As Rando is under center again. Reverse handoff here. And up the field he goes, past midfield. DJ Gurman once again.
Well, that speed he had there, able to outrun the leverage that Powell had on the outside. Just an outstanding run and a burst. So this is about where Vineland's drive stalled, just on the EHT side of the field. EHT is there now with the 1st and 10.
Rando back under center here. Hands this one off up the gut. It's Dylan Camp on the run.
Not a lot there, but he kind of shuffled back and forth a little bit, and he was about to get stopped for a loss on it. But, you know, often I say it, but sometimes a nice run isn't a 10-yard run. It's getting that 2 or 3 when you could have had none.
This will be 2nd and 7 from the 44 here for EHT. Rando under center once again. Takes the snap. He's looking to pass. Surveying the field. He's being chased by the Vineland defense. And picks up a couple, and he somersaults out of bounds.
What's nice when you have your big guys pursuing as Jordan Bennett comes out on the outside there to push him out of bounds. I think it was Fletcher Cox a little while ago said, I don't get paid to tackle this, or I don't get paid to tackle that. So another 3rd down for EHT. This one 3rd and short, 3rd and about 3.
From the 40-yard line here. Rando under center. 2 backs in the backfield. They hand this one off. We got flags for the first time.
Well, it looks like it was going to, the far side has him a little short. The near side has him for the first down.
Where have we seen this before?
I don't think we'll ever see what we saw the last time. And the penalty on Vineland, so first down, EHT. Their drive continues.
There's Leon Ellis on the carry there.
And just that quickly, we're over halfway through the opening quarter.
First and 10 from the 33. Rando, quick pass, completes it to Gurman, but Tank Powell is there to lay down the hammer.
Well, he was pressed up on him this time. The last time out there, he was back and had to come busting in a hurry. This time, pressed up on the receiver, makes an outstanding play as they try to pick him off with a block. But Powell saw that coming the whole way and had Russo over the top to help him out.
And what a wild month it's been. You know, we were here in October, Rich, and last time we were here, I was sworn to secrecy about the NLDS for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
And tonight we've got Game 5 of the World Series featuring our Philadelphia Phillies. As EHT has 2nd and 12 here, they pitch this one back to the running back. Picks up some tough yards there.
Well, you can hear them pads hitting down there. Nice fight by both sides. But it'll be yet another 3rd down. Yeah, it was probably one of the most amazing feats I've ever accomplished was coming here and trying not to hear about that Phil's game, making it out. There's some good stories to that one. I'm humming to myself, following young kids instead of grown-ups that could say something. And I did make it home and got to enjoy that. Today I'm just going to listen in the car and I'll join it in progress.
As we are the first leg of everybody in South Jersey and Philadelphia's triple header. Rando looking to pass. He's making his way to the opposite side of the field, completes it. Great play there by EHT. Noah Nurul Islam Dawkins on the reception.
Yeah, rolling out of the pocket really allowed a lot of time for his receivers to get open because they were blanketed early. A nice design play on that roll and also nice blocking up front as Vineland's pressure was coming from the back. And Rando just keeps his leg moving and finds an open receiver eventually. So the ball right on the Vineland 15. EHT with another first down.
Rando takes the snap, hands this one off to the running back. Hand it off to Dawkins once again. His 2nd carry of the game, 3rd touch in this game. he's wearing the powder blues tonight, Rich.
Yeah, we need something to get back into it because, I mean, that was a tough watch last night.
Second and 4 here. Rando hands this one off to Camp, who is greeted by Mark Mutcherson.
Mutcherson from that deep safety spot comes up and makes a tackle, but not until it's a first down. It's going to be first and goal from about the 3-yard line. And this quarter, we're down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It is just flying by with ball control on each side, but EHT has moved it about 30 yards, 40 yards further than we did.
And Mutcherson is another one of those young core pieces for this Vineland varsity squad who came up last year, was kind of in backup quarterback duties. First and goal here. Great stop by the Vineland defense, led there by a number of players. Russo, Tayshawn Newman.
It was that clean at the end of the play as the quarterback's trying to squirt forward, and Cruz comes in with some others to make sure he cannot extend forward, but he's inside the 1.
Second and goal here for EHT. Under a minute and a half to go in the opening quarter. Rando going to try to take it himself again, and he pushes forward for the first score of this game. It's 6-0, Egg Harbor Township.
Boy, they had a nice mix of run and pass on that. They attacked the outside early, and then just as they start pounding the middle, they start to throw it, and they had 3 big completions on that drive. Here come the Buckeyes. Extra points were not a problem the last game. Every team converted every opportunity.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it's good. So with 1:17 remaining here in the opening quarter, Egg Harbor Township leads this one 7-0 over Vineland.
EHT took that first jab, got it across the end zone, moved and marched it down the field with a great mix for Vineland. It was getting going, but then the drive stalled out. Important for Vineland now. You gained field position the last time, but you got to get something a little bigger going. You know, it's kind of neat when you play somebody and then you get to play them a few weeks later. Like, it's easy for us on our prep also, but there's been battles that went on for 4 quarters the last time. You know, each coach probably has something in their hip pocket, 1 or 2 things that they're going to wait on to try to do, yet alone the changes that were made in both personnel and how you're going to play the other team's offense. It was that one swing pass on 3rd down that netted them about 15 that really jump-started the drive. And those plays are no gain if you can get there. So I look for Vineland to stay pressed up in the future.
So EHT kicks this one away, another short kick that will be returned and pitched back to DJ Clark, who makes his way up past the 35 and down at about the 37, maybe the 38, depending on the spot. But one of the very few times you see the pitchback actually successful.
Yeah, and there was an opportunity for a little bit more. Didn't develop, but it's certainly, you know, better field position than we would have had, but also having to make them make a tackle.
So we'll see Vineland's offense out on the field for the second time here. Stalled on their last drive, forced a punt.
Well, they're bringing them all close to us so we can get a good look at this from the rooftop.
4 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Russo, we've got flags.
Well, with those 4, maybe a procedure or legal formation here. Yeah, legal procedure on Vineland. New look in that short area of the field. So instead of 2nd and 7, it'll be 1st and 15. Well, they declined it. Oh, here they go. So you can't decline that. I think they're spotting that wrong. It's a illegal procedure. It's 5 back from the line of scrimmage, not from the end of the play. I think Coach Stetzer noticed that mistake, and sure enough, they'll go back the other 2 yards and make it 5. Error corrected. We didn't need to film that and send it to anybody.
First and 15 from the 33, Russo. Hands this one off to DJ Clark. Spin move, hit the X button on the controller right there. But isn't able to make his way upfield. This will be second. We'll see where they actually mark this one.
Well, Leon Ellis makes a touchdown saving tackle off that spin move, but it still goes for about 7.
Second and 9, gets a little bit past the original line of scrimmage. This could be the last play of the quarter. So we're under 20 seconds to go here. Russo, quick pass to Tank Powell, who picks up some tough yards there to make it a bit more manageable here on this upcoming 3rd down play. But that is going to take us to the end of the first quarter here with EHT leading 7-0. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors here at Egg Harbor Township.
The Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the Vineland High School football team. Ducharme's, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Newfield National Bank, Van Dodge, Allen Associates, Technid Consulting, Medio Law Firm, Barufi Brothers, G&S Dry Cleaning, Vineland Education Association, Dr. Michael Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, The Gorgo Group, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Catering, Bettino ShopRite, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Homestead Plumbing, Richland Carpet, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria, and Sir Speedy Printing. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thanks everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.
Welcome back, everybody. Second quarter action about to get underway here at EHT. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa here on the sky deck from Egg Harbor Township High School. EHT leading 7-0. Vineland on their second offensive possession of this game. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 44. Man in motion. Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself. Makes his way up the middle. He's got plenty of room to go. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone. Daniel Russo is dancing on his own, Rich, and we are 1 extra point away from a tied-up ball game.
Wow, that's almost a mirror to that's a 51-yard run. I think we're at 52 this time, so Russo with the 51-yard run last time.
Perfect play.
And it's kind of the same thing. Like, remember, they were tackling Danny. He would get 3, maybe 4. They were tackling, but then when you press too hard, great balance and agility by Russo on that.
Colin Greif getting set here for the point after touchdown attempt. Ball spotted, kick is up, and it's good. So with 11:54 here in the second quarter, we've got ourselves a brand new ball game, 7-7 across the scoreboard. And last time these two teams played, Rich, it was EHT getting those big, yardage plays right when a new quarter began. So for Vineland to kind of flip the script there to tie this game up, that's got to put some confidence into this offense and for this defense now coming out on the field to get a big stop.
Yeah, talk about exactly flipping the script. It was Russo 8-yard run, Newman 14-yard pass, Vineland driving down, much like Egg Harbor just did, and then cashing in at the end. And it was EHT with the big plays. So right when Vineland needs it, they get this thing tied back up. with just 6 seconds into the second quarter. So we've got 11:54 to go. Knotted at sevens.
We have Samantha Ivanov. And right next to her, we have Zaza Zahira Smith.
Oh, we got one too many. Oh, there he goes. You only have 5 on each side. I saw 6 here. I just figured there was 5 on the other, and we had an extra one on, but no, just on the wrong side. And here we go.
Good kick there by Greif, sends it all the way back. We've got a touchback.
So did not touch his hand as he pulled it down just in time, but there's a touchback, and we're starting to get more and more of them from Greif. My Italian wind measuring instrument. It's kind of swirling a little bit. That line drive does what it needs to.
So EHT will set up shop at the 20-yard line here.
Which is right where they started their first drive, except at the other end.
Man in motion, Rando hands this one off. Leon Ellis picks up some tough yards there on the carry.
Well, the Group 5 South tournament, we are in round 2. And the winner here will get the winner of Hal and Brunswick. I forget if it was North-South or New. I forget what Brunswick we're throwing in front of there. But rumor has it if Hal wins, Vineland will be home next week, of course, if they were to win. If not, we'll be hitting the road, going up by Rutgers.
Pitch to Camp here, who picks up some big yards and a first down and more up past the 40, down at about the 41-yard line. Goes Dylan Camp. Picks up 16 on the carry.
Well, Newman brings them down at the end of that, but just you fan out a little too far instead of holding that edge, and there's a little bit too much room on the inside to run with. Got to close that down a little bit sooner, but way to get back involved with the play.
Fresh set of downs for EHT here from the 41. Rando takes the snap, hands this one off to Ellis, who's greeted by Emmanuel Duvelis.
You missed an opportunity there, KB. Ellis swallowed up by Duvelis. Outstanding tackle on the inside there. So going into the first game, it was EHT with these quick passes to the flat that didn't really go good the last time for them.
Rando looking to pass here. He's scrambling. He's being chased. Makes his way out of that danger zone. But gets taken down after a pickup of about maybe 4 or 5 on that scramble.
Well, nice combination of Noah Cruz and Russo making the stop, so 3rd and about 6. Third downs didn't slow down the Eagles, but this one's a little longer than what they've had previously. Vineland like to get that football back here without any damage done by the EHT offense.
Third and 6. Rando in shotgun this time. Man in motion. Pitches all around. This one goes to Gurman, and a great stop there by the Vineland defense. Danny Russo in on the tackle, as well as number 52, Sabian Chandler.
So EHT's punt team comes out, so Vineland's defense holds for now. And Diaz back to return it. Diaz, who had that great kick return after that questionable first down last week get Vineland in position to take the lead on Eastern and win that ball game.
Continuing with our senior shout-outs, staying in the front row, we have Brooke Mollenkopf.
High snap.
High punt. Takes a bit of a favorable EHT roll out of bounds at about the 24.5-yard line.
Next to her, we have Matt Ayala.
So Vineland received the ball first here, trying to capitalize on this. You know, kind of a little different scene here with this wonderful idea for the Group 5 South tournament. While the others are in the playoffs, we have the tournament, kind of the NIT to the, what we call the other?
March Madness,
March Madness.
NCAA.
You can't even say, oh, 60-foot. No, no, there's a couple extras. There's a play in.
DJ Clark in motion. Russo going to carry this himself here on first down. Picks up about 2, maybe 3. We'll see where they spot it.
3-yard gain.
2nd and 7.
Tackle on a play by number 52, Darrell Caesar. 2nd and 7 from 28.
You know, and just following that fake to the lead back, you're just trying to hold up that outside from converging down on the inside, so they need to ID the football and have Russo slip through up in the middle. This time with 2 in the backfield with him.
Russo going to carry it himself again.
Quarterback keeper again. No gain. Tackle by number 52, Darrell Caesar.
So Vineland not doing much on first or second. Here's their 3rd down. Possible passing situation here.
Tank Powell and DJ Clark to the bottom of your screen. Clark moves in motion. Russo gonna pass. He's firing for Powell, and it's through the hands of Tank Powell, covered by DJ Gurman.
A really nice play design as the motion pulls away the help from the inside of the field. But a great job defensively, establishing position and keeping Powell from getting there.
DJ Gurman back to receive. More senior shout-outs. We have Kylie Daydell.
And this one gets blocked and into the end zone. Goes EHT to take the lead, something we've seen all too often from this special teams unit this season, Rich. The blocked punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, and that was probably the biggest or easiest or most ineffective, as not a chance at all to get rid of that punt, and you actually kicked it probably into his thighs because he was all over Greif. Hopefully Greif's all right as you're exposed trying to kick it, but he was just swallowed up. Now a little gadget play, see if they move that line back over, and they do. Used to drive me crazy as a coach and a player with all that stuff going on.
Ball snapped, kick is spotted, it is up, and it is good. So it's 6:36 remaining here in the first half. Egg Harbor retakes the lead. It's 14-7 Eagles.
Well, we go back to that first game against the Falcons of Oakcrest, and it was a block kick that led to that 7-6 loss. And as you mentioned, it's something that's happened quite often. Not to mention the times that Greif is able to get away and move a little bit and get his foot to the ball. But you know, it's everybody working together between the snap, the blocking, and then also the steps and the time that you get rid of the ball. Catch, step, kick. You know, if one part isn't good, the other parts have to be better to make up for that. And that ball, like, you really need to work on getting rid of it. You need to work on how you're going to block it. So the other kickoffs have been coming short, right about to the 30. See if Vineland wants to flip-flop return men a little bit right before they kick it. As Clark communicates with Schwed.
Much more of a squib kick there. As Vineland falls on it just shy of the 30. And that's where the offense will set up shop to try to tie this one back up.
Just a minor adjustment on that kickoff. Instead of pooching it down to the 30, you squib it, and there's no time for Vineland to do anything with it as for pitching it back or setting up a return.
So 1st and 10 from the 30. .6:35 remaining here in the opening half. Vineland did receive the opening kickoff, so EHT will start the second half with the ball. Russo looking to pass. He's rolling out. He's being hit, and it's intercepted by Rando.
Well, it's raining, it's pouring after the block punt for a touchdown. An interception sets them up right at the door of the red zone at the 25 for EHT. Just nobody open on that. Great coverage by EHT.
So EHT sets up shop at the 25-yard line. They hand this one off to Camp, who makes his way around the outside and is taken down just shy of the end zone.
On that one, Vineland had a stun on the inside as Newman tries to belly into those A-gaps. And that's one thing when you're sending guys, their responsibility is left behind, in a great pickup by the offensive line for EHT to pick Newman up, and then they happen, of course, to be running right where he came from.
22-yard pickup there to set up 1st and goal from the 3. Rando hands this one off to Camp. He's going to try to finish this drive out.
Well, he's got it
just short of the goal line.
Inside the 1. So last time it was Rando, and he got held up for a second, and then the running backs come and push him over the line.
Rando hands this one off to Camp, and he makes his way into the end zone.
That's a couple touchdowns within a minute there.
So the interception by Rando sets up the Dylan Camp 22-yard run, and then he finishes off the drive with a touchdown to give EHT a 2-score lead. Extra point pending.
You know, the block punts like a turnover. The interception return to the 21-yard line.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it's good. So with 5:42 remaining here in the opening half, EHT take a commanding 21-7 lead over Vineland.
We're getting to the point where, aside from the offense moving the ball and getting in, you know, the defense or the offense, they need to come up with a play, something to put a little energy back in that sideline, something to put some more aggression and enthusiasm on that side, because right now, I started to say before, with this brand new, we just found out the tournament, the Group 5 South tournament, that this isn't on everybody's schedule. We have an early start. Very different atmosphere here than the last time, where it was pretty much sold out. The fans stormed the field at the end of it. Now we probably only have 300 fans on this side. So kind of atmospheres where you can fall into a lull. And if things aren't going well, you've got to find some way to bring some energy.
Another squib kick here. Vineland's got decent starting field position here. They'll set up shop at about the 37-yard line.
So far, Vineland just trying to establish that running game. A few different looks they were giving to set it up, but I think we need to start wrinkling in a little bit of pass. I know the last one was intercepted, but like ones you can swing out quick, ones you can accomplish to spread them out a little bit. You can do it with formation or motion. Before with that motion, you got a real nice one-on-one with Powell at the bottom of the screen.
Russo in shotgun here, 1st and 10 from the 37. He's going to carry it himself. He's got some space around the outside to the bottom of your screen. Russo may have picked up a first down there.
Boy, didn't think he was gaining that much till he gets knocked out. He's only a couple short. Nice straight arm, picks up an extra 3 yards for him. And while he steps out of bounds, that gives us 5:33 to go here in the first half.
2nd and 2 is the official call there. So Russo picked up 8 on that run. He sets up in shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself, runs around the opposite side of the field and picks up the first down and more, takes it up a bit past midfield, still on his feet, pushes forward, and takes it down to about the 46-yard line.
Boy, when Russo plants that outside foot and decides to square those shoulders and get up the field, he just knocks the defense to their heels.
So 1st and 10, they mark it at the 48. Russo looking to pass, quick pass to the intended receiver. It's complete.
Nice pickup. There's a lot of room to be had there. You've really got to stay on your block. Don't turn your head and look to see where he's going or what's happening. Your stalk block and stay into the man. Give the receiver a chance to pick a side or to figure out where the block is set up at. But you come off of that block early, it's like as if you weren't there.
Cephas on the reception there for Vineland. As the sun begins to go down past the trees, that'll help Russo be able to see his potential intended receivers here on this drive. Russo takes the snap. He's going to carry it himself. Great fake by Daniel Russo. Takes it up past the 30, the 25. Goes out of bounds at maybe the 24.
Well, I don't know if that play is designed as an option to give and you're playing off the end or if it's designed, but boy, EHT got really sucked into the middle of the field and sold out on the inside, and it's kind of uncanny. You watch Russo make a move and pop to the outside, and he just eats up yards. You know, that's both times that he bounced out down here. You think he's got 4 or 5, and he's got a fresh set of downs instead. Real nice speed.
Ball spotted at the 24, 1st and 10 for Vineland. 4:08 to go here in the second quarter. Russo takes the snap. He passes. It's complete to his receiver, who's taken down almost immediately. That's Cephas once again.
That's Rando right in there right away for the loss of 2. So even though that goes for a loss of 2, and put you behind the sticks, it does still spread that defense out a little bit. You're making them honor those receivers you have out there.
It's be 2nd and 12 here for Vineland. 3.5 and counting to go here in the second quarter.
This time it's Rodriguez at the bottom for Vineland, matched up.
Russo hands this one off to his running back, DJ Clark, who takes it up past the 20, and Vineland's in the red zone.
Well, and Clark made a real nice run. The line blocked really good. But with Russo carrying the ball as often as he is, all eyes are on Russo. And when he gives it and continues to carry out his fake afterward, that really just opened everything up. It's kind of like playing 3-card Monte with the defense, and they're going to the wrong spots twice in a row here because of the commitment to executing the plays properly.
Now under 3 minutes to go here. Vineland looking to capitalize on a fantastic drive here so far. Ball at the 13-yard line. Russo takes the snap. He hands this one off to DJ Clark. Makes his way around the outside and is taken down just shy of the goal line. Great run by Clark.
Yeah, we didn't see that kind of run early in the year from Clark. That was one where he would have just kept going wide the whole time. But each week he understands down and distance better, gets up the field, and then makes his move to the outside after that linebacker depth. And he's really come a long way. It's almost like a pass pattern with his patterns, how he's running when he has it.
Russo under center. He's going to carry it himself and crosses the goal line. What a leap by Daniel Russo. And Vineland gets a touchdown back here. It's 21-13 now. EHT still in the lead.
Well, just what the doctor ordered, getting that next score, but the ease in which they moved down the field, by far their best drive, and they just had them outmanned at the point where the football was. I mean, that drive was executed well, play calling outstanding. And like I mentioned, a -2 on a pass, but it does something.
One of the best drives we've seen all season from Vineland is the extra point attempt, ball spotted, kick up, and it is good. So with 2:28 to go here in the first half. Vineland's still down 21-14, but we've got ourselves a game.
And basically 2 turnovers for EHT, and they're holding that 7 points if this defense can hold up here. And you got to figure most of the times those kind of turnovers even out, so maybe we can get one here before the half. Well, the marching clan band, as I didn't see them earlier, they're dressed up and heading over.
DJ Gurman and Leon Ellis back to return.
The last one went in the end zone.
Greif sends this one deep. It will be returned from about the 11-yard line by EHT, who takes it up to about the 31, maybe the 32. Leon Ellis on the return.
Good coverage on that. Watch Rodriguez hold his ground in the middle, be there for some support. Not everyone is lucky. There's only 2 guys that are heading right for the football. Everybody else has to contain in their area. Be aggressive, but not too aggressive if something were to open up.
2:22 remaining here in the second quarter. EHT on offense once again, leading 21-14 from the 31-yard line. Rando looking to pass. He's being pressured. Completes it to Gurman, who makes his way upfield. He's up past the 50, 40, 35, 30, and taken down by Daniel Russo. Once again, DJ Gurman, just a nightmare for this Vineland defense.
Hey, at some point in time, as a defensive lineman, you've got to know it's a screen. You've not blown by anybody all game long, and 4 of you have beat the quarterback, or beat your blocks. And then what a nice job dropping back deeper to give all that room. You gotta yell screen.
1st and 10 from the 30. Rando looking to pass. He's scrambling, being chased by DeVellis. Makes his way upfield past the 30, past the, nope, gets taken down just shy of the 25 by Russo. Daniel Russo probably saying, hey, that's for the interception earlier.
That's 2 tackles in a row by Russo, 1 saving the touchdown. This here pressure got there, good coverage, but again, like you have a lane to pass rush in. You still have your responsibility of containment.
2nd and 6 here, and EHT calls a timeout. So while we have a timeout, we'll step away for our last break of the first half. EHT leading 21-14, and we'll be right back.
But the Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the Vineland High School football team. Ducharme's, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Newfield National Bank, Van Dodge, Allen Associates, Technid Consulting, Medio Law Firm, Barufi Brothers, G&S Dry Cleaning, Vineland Education Association, Dr. Michael Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, The Gorgo Group, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Catering, Bettino Shop.
And welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa here from EHT on the Sky Deck. 1:08 is the clock here in the first half remaining. EHT leading 21-14 as Dylan Camp tries to make something out of nothing, but gets taken down there by none other than Daniel Russo.
And another timeout by EHT, and this is important. You know, EHT had that big screenplay that really opened this up, but now with just 1 minute and 1 second to go, you know, Vineland can keep them out here. That'll go a long way, and that's exactly what Vineland didn't do the last time we were here, with EHT scoring, I think it was like 26 seconds left in the first half, and then got the football. So this presents itself again, and you need 2 stops. The first one is here with 1 minute and 1, and it's going to be a 3rd and 8. You make that stop, you're going to have to defend 2 downs, but you hold them out on this without the first down. They're out of field goal range. Then you just kneel on it or run a couple plays, and then you have to defend 1 more time. But if they punch it in here, that's really an uphill battle.
And a reminder for those of you at home, EHT kicked off to Vineland to start this game, so the Eagles will start the second half with the ball.
And if you've just joined us, it was a block punt that was recovered in the end zone for the score to put them up 2 scores.
That is the difference in this game right now. Third and 8, Rando scrambling, makes his way up the middle, and he's got a first down and more. Into the red zone goes EHT.
Well, Vineland's getting in the offensive backfield, but their eyes aren't open. They're getting back in there, bouncing around a little bit, but you got to go in under control. And that just opens up everything to run underneath.
We got whistles. Timeout Vineland with 48.9 on the game clock.
Probably not the position where you call timeout to save time for your offense, just trying to regroup that defense. I mean, you're on the sideline trying to yell things into them, and you got a handful of timeouts. You might as well use them and regroup. It's kind of like on those stunts and the blitzing Vineland's doing. They're trying to get through that first line by turning their bodies not square to the line of scrimmage, and then you go twisting in there, not in a position to do anything when you get there. Wouldn't be surprised we see EHT go on a longer count, go on 2 per se, because Vineland's timed their cadence and their snap, and they've just been going on that first go.
Rando takes the snap. He's looking to pass to that corner of the end zone, and just incomplete, intended for DJ Gurman.
Well, Gurman had the step. He just posted off his defender. Not a push off, but posted off him and tried to get to the football, but just overthrown. 44 seconds to go. Ball at the 19. That's a 35-yard field goal range if they don't improve on that. To tell you the truth, I don't know. If they don't get anything, I don't know that they would kick the field goal. It's risky. You can get it blocked when you're getting the ball to start the next half.
Rando looking to pass. He scrambles, lobs it into the corner of the end zone. It's incomplete. Xavion Diaz with a fantastic defensive play there to prevent the touchdown in the corner of the end zone, which is where, Rich, the last time we were here, EHT picked up 3 of their touchdowns.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass. And again, Vineland's rush gets up the field. Rando steps up inside. It gives him another 3 seconds to throw it. But great closing speed by Diaz as he gets his hand up just to tip it away before that touchdown.
3rd and 10 here for EHT from the 19. Rando going back to the corner, and it hits Daniel Russo in the back. Incomplete.
Well, Russo step for step, the linebacker covering the wide out, and looks like they're going to try that field goal.
Pass was intended for Michael Weideman on both of those corner of the end zone pass plays.
So it'll be a 35-yard attempt. It's pretty dead, the wind now, as the flags are just laying flat. Play defense, boys, play defense. It's a little far. You could see it's something tricky here, but let's see what we got. A little more complicated from that far hash.
Timeout, Vineland.
What are the words? Don't jump offsides.
Watch the ball.
Know who your guys are. Make sure you cover. Watch the fake. I mean, nothing against, EHT's kicker. He's got a strong enough leg, Martin, and I'm sure he can kick from here, but it's just the snap, the blocking, the hold, the kick. So your probabilities, I would say at best, will be a 50-50 shot here, that everything goes well, everything holds up. You're from the hash, you angle it properly. So they're back, so it'll be a 36-yard field goal attempt.
Snap, ball spotted, kick is up, and it is going to be well short and wide left. So Vineland catches a break here. EHT was driving, they get it into the red zone. Vineland gets big stops to prevent a touchdown, and the field goal is no good. So with 29.1 seconds remaining, Vineland will take over at the 19, trailing 21-14.
Yeah, once they got there, they started 3 passes in a row. And you got to think if you ran one of them, you get 4 or 5. Could be a different story, getting your kicker a little closer. Vineland in a tight formation. Russo looks like he's just going to kneel on it as he gets ready to get under center. And sure enough, he kneels on it. 1 timeout apiece left, but both teams are happy to head into the half. So Vineland accomplished what they needed to do. You know, after that drive came down here, if they're in the end zone and they're getting the ball, it could be almost put it away time. But a good job defensively holding them to that long field goal attempt that is not converted.
So we'll go to the locker room with EHT leading 21-14 over Vineland. Rich Scarpa, Kyle Bennett up here on the EHT Sky Deck. We'll see you back here for the second half.
At the concession stand, be ready to cheer loudly and proudly in the second half.
So what game will you watch tonight mostly?
Phillies will get the big screen. I'll probably put the Eagles on the far end.
Yeah, I'll go every minute of Phillies, commercials of Eagles.
And welcome back, everybody. Halftime is over. We're getting set for second half action here at Egg Harbor Township. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa with you here on the EHT Sky Deck as the Eagles went into halftime with a 21-14 lead over the Fighting Clan Rich, but the scoreboard doesn't indicate this game. It's been going back and forth. It's been a heavyweight slugfest, and I expect more of that here in the second half.
Yeah, and as you alluded to before the half, the difference is that touchdown on a block punt that has been in our Achilles heel for a lot of the season. And, when you have a play like that happen, you've got to get the comeback. You've got to get the answer to it. So Vineland went in right before the half with EHT driving, needing to make a stop. Point one done. They stopped them. Missed field goal. Now EHT is going to get the ball. The doctor ordered a second stop. You can check both of those off, which will be a major improvement. Last time here they scored right at the end and scored on the first drive. So if Vineland makes the stop here and can get that next score, momentum switches, belief switches, and we've got us a ball game. But if EHT can march this down, it's going to take a quarter to get back in within striking distance, if at all.
So EHT will start this second half with the football as Colin Greif gets set to send this one away. Squibs it here. First time we've seen him do that tonight. It will be returned just shy of the 45, down at the 43.
Good job holding on to that football by EHT as I saw some heads go down and the arm come away from the body. That's what we were talking about before we came back, that early in the year this defense wasn't just stripping the football out, but they were making contact with the football, and it was something that they were really keying in on. Just trying to say enough to prep this turnover that I'm waiting for.
So Rando under center. Takes the snap, hands this one off.
Nice gang tackle there. Big surge early, but driven backwards after a gain of 2 or 3 on the play, but a nice fill all the way with Mutcherson coming from that safety spot getting involved.
It's Leon Ellis on the carry.
As we mentioned, the winner here will take on the winner of Howell and Brunswick next week in the finals of the Group 5 South tourney. We're going under center here.
Rando takes the snap, hands this one off. Vineland's all over that one.
Boy, you could not draw up how to defend that any better than what that defense did on that play. And Vineland now, these first 2 plays, they are swarming to the football. One more time, fellas.
Third and 9.
They said too many people in the huddle.
Rando rolling out, fires, completes it to Camp. And those are those big plays, Rich, that somehow every single drive EHT is able to find one, and they pull them off flawlessly. And Dylan Camp gives Egg Harbor a fresh set of downs and much better field position.
Well, that time, you know, the play they executed perfectly, but there was 12 guys in the huddle on offense. Because as they break the huddle, somebody comes off. That's illegal participation. That should have been a penalty there. And Vineland held them to that 3rd and long, but converting is EHT. Here we go again.
Rando hands this one off. Dylan Camp on the carry once again. Picks up 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 now from about the 31.
And if the linemen don't get back involved and the linebackers don't come up like they've been, like there's 2 more yards when he falls forward. But you watch, they stop that momentum and they're pulling him back. A couple of plays ago, it was Newman just taking the shoulder pads, not letting him fall forward, and then having support of everybody flying up.
Actually the 34 there is Rando. Pitches this one back to Camp, who's taken down by Derek Akami.
So yet another 3rd down. Nice play by Akami. Stops on 3rd down are big, but this is 2-down territory here for EHT. So they're going to have 2 shots at this 1st down at 3rd and 4.
We got a false start.
There we go. We'll take that. Chandler out, Sodi in.
3rd and 10 upcoming here. Just over 8 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. EHT leading 21-14. Rando looking to pass. He scrambles, spins away from pressure, still looking, and he's taken down at the 50 by Alufemi Sode.
You know, that play started, Sode just came in. I'm like, I'm going to key him this play. He got picked up early, and then my eyes go into the backfield, and I'm watching the quarterback just elude everybody one wave after the other, and then sure enough, there's that inside guy, Sode, pushing up. So when we said it was 2-down territory, that was before the 5-yard loss and the 10-yard loss. So the defense holds right now. And EHT kicking back to Vineland.
High punt here. And it's going to take a favorable EHT roll inside the 20.
I think that was less than a 50-50 hop because it's like, oh, it's heading to the sideline, and then all of a sudden it hits on the point, gets them another 7. But Vineland held at the end of the first half. Vineland held this possession here. So now Vineland with the ball and a chance to tie it up, starting from their own 17-yard line, 18-yard line.
7 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
And Vineland's moved the ball driving it, just that one big play by Russo, the 52-yard touchdown run.
Rousseau hands this one off.
Just nothing there for Clark as he makes the right move. He had to be shifty and get by one guy up in there, and there was just no room. Good job by EHT, and Clark got everything he could out of that. I did like that look the last play. It took the safety out, which then allows you to pound Russo or a back in the middle. And they may stop you for a gain of 2, but if you break that line, you're going for a while.
2nd and 9 here for Vineland. Russo hands this one off to Clark. He's got room. Keeps it moving and makes this a much more manageable 3rd down for Vineland. Nice pickup there by Charles Clark.
Boy, and everything we wanted out of Clark early in the year, we're seeing there. Again, plants, squares up, dives forward, and they say yes, enough for the 1st down. It's a kind of stench in the air out here, isn't there?
DJ Clark in motion. He will be the ball carrier. Doesn't have much there as he can't turn upfield.
Eagles defense rallies to the ball as it looked like Vineland had a little bit on that one. Going to pick up 4 or 5, but they close in a hurry. You know, and they're well aware. If Vineland gets a score here, you've got an issue. So just as important for the EHT side to really try to get Vineland to punt this, or at least attempt to punt this.
2nd and 8 here for the Fighting Clan. Got trips to the bottom of your screen.
Nobody over the slot, really.
Rousseau, he takes that one himself, but the ball is loose. And EHT recovers and brings it well inside the 10-yard line. Who else?
Another turnover. The first turnover was a touchdown. This one sets you up 1st and goal.
Mike Simeon on the fumble recovery.
Defense in a bad spot here. 1st and goal from the 5 for the Eagles. 4:52 on the clock. Vineland trailing by 7, 21-14. The EHT knocking on the door. Not sure what the delay is in there. Dive up the middle. Vineland's going to stop that. gain of 1 on the play. Second and goal from the 3.
Second and goal from 3.
Just under 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Over that slot.
And EHT bursts their way into the end zone. Christian Rando on the carry. It's now 27-14 in favor of Egg Harbor.
It just can't contain that field position, and turnovers have buried the Clan in this one. That's certainly like a septic tank or something. It's horrible.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it's good. So with 3:59 remaining here in the third quarter, Egg Harbor now leads Vineland 28-14.
You know, as Vineland was moving the ball, handling their business in this one, now the score, and being late in the third, has to make it not just open the playbook, but get to some riskier things in there to try to get back into this. I mean, you can march up the field, but by the same token, you're going to need stops the rest of the way if you don't get aggressive with it.
Turnover's been the big story once again here for Vineland. The block punt earlier in the first half led to an EHT touchdown, an interception for EHT, and now a fumble recovery here set up the most recent EHT touchdown.
Yeah, that's 21 out of 28 points. So Vineland switched up a little bit of their return just in case they decide to pooch it in the air. But it's been 2 squib kicks the last 2.
Another squib kick. Picked up at about the 40, and it'll be taken maybe down to the 45.
Fanador does a nice job securing it and then heading upfield. And they stopped his forward momentum and he's down, but they could not bring him down in that herd of Vineland players.
So 3:52 on the game clock here in the third quarter. Vineland trailing by 2 scores. And we'll see if they can slug their way back into this one.
3-4-5 down the bottom. 3 receivers at the bottom, only 2 defenders.
Russo going to carry this himself up the gut. Great carry once again by Daniel Russo. You can hear from on this week's edition of the Dan Russo Show on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcasts, or on YouTube if you want to watch the show.
That last time, Pal, Schwed, and Cephas down at the bottom, and only 2 guys covering the 3 of them. Vineland shows the same look. This time, Rando creeps over top of him.
Just over 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Russo in shotgun takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He fires. And it's incomplete. Intended for Tank Powell.
A little low for Powell as he tries to get his hands under it, but still second and short, or third and short. Vineland at the EHT 46 quite quickly with that squib kick and a nice return. Vineland over midfield into EHT territory and just need a yard to keep this drive alive as we're at 3 minutes and 1 second to go here in the third. Now they spread out a little wider and pull that support away from the inside.
Russo pushes forward, and he's got himself a first down.
Keeper by Daniel Russo. Tackled by number 9, Mike Steen. First and 10 for the goal.
Almost like EHT saying, go ahead and throw it. And you got Rando back there that's been all over the ball today defensively. It's almost like daring you to do it.
First and 10 from the 44. Man in motion. Russo going to carry it himself once again. Shoots forward for about 4 yards on the carry.
Russo, the keeper.
That looked pretty good. Out of that formation, Vineland can get wide on them. There's no outside support. And sending that man in motion gives you a 2-man advantage at the bottom. See if Vineland tries to hit that. I don't know if that was a jackhammer working on the septic system.
Clock ticks under 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Man in motion. Russo going to carry this one himself again. Makes it a more manageable third down play upcoming.
And once again, they had the leverage on the outside. Russo just not able to get to the outside, but picks up nice positive yards. So Tayshawn Newman sneaks in at that, probably going to be at that tight end spot. He had a touchdown the last time we played on a beautiful connection right on a little seam route. See if Vineland tries to sneak him there as EHT's backers are really creeping to the line and blitzing a lot. And that's how you stop that, a little dump pass to the tight end.
3rd and 4.
Double tights.
Russo, low snap. He's looking to pass. He fires, and it's dropped. Intended for Charles Clark.
Yeah, I don't think that was going to gain any yards anyway. The drop's probably better than that loss of a couple on that. Yeah, the snap kind of threw the timing off on that. When you have a play, a quick hitch, and the timing gets broken up, it makes it quite difficult to accomplish.
Also looked like Clark turned his head already, ready to, move upfield before he actually had possession of the ball. Fourth and 4 from the 38. Russo, another low snap. He's got to carry it himself. And he's going to be short. Dylan Camp on the stop. And it's a turnover on downs with 54 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. EHT up 28-14.
Yeah, with that snap coming around the ankles, that really takes the threat of the pass out. On that, it's almost like quarterback draw. You want to let the defensive line get up the field a little bit and have Danny come in underneath of that. But you don't fool anybody when you're just trying to get the football. Again, timing bad on those last two. Time for a turnover, D.
Camp on the carry. Picks up about 5. They're going to call it 7. And that's the difference here between EHT and Vineland Rich. EHT on these first down plays able to pick up 5 to 7 yards a clip. Vineland's been averaging, around 3.
And EHT is able to do it with a few different people too, and a few different looks and a few different plays.
Second and 3 here, probably the last play of the third quarter as Rando rolls out. He's looking to pass. He's firing. It's complete, but stopped in his tracks is number 34, Leon Ellis by Mason Afanador. And that's going to do it for the third quarter here at Egg Harbor Township. The Eagles leading the Fighting Clan 28-14. We're going to step away real quick to have a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back for fourth quarter action here at Egg Harbor.
But the Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the Vineland High School football team. Ducharme's, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Newfield National Bank, Van Dodge, Allen Associates, Technid Consulting, Medio Law Firm, Barufi Brothers, G&S Dry Cleaning, Vineland Education Association, Dr. Michael Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, The Gorgo Group, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Catering, Bettino ShopRite, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Homestead Plumbing, Richland Carpet, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria, and Sir Speedy Printing. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thanks everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.
And welcome back, everybody. Fourth quarter action about to get underway here at Egg Harbor Township. Kyle Bennett, Rich Scarpa here on the sky deck with you as the Eagles lead the Fighting Clan 28-14. Egg Harbor's offense getting set to take the field here to start this fourth quarter.
And a 3rd and long on their own side of the field. So just as Vineland didn't convert, they just need to stop here.
Man in motion. It's a run play here, and Vineland gets a much-needed stop on 3rd down.
I think if I'm Coach Stetzer and we're short by a yard, we're going for it. That'll give me some more time off the clock. Also put it in the hands of my big guys up front. And no wholesale substitution, so EHT is going to go for it from their own 46, which presents Vineland an opportunity at great field position, but it's just 1 yard to go. Probably see them go on first sound as they're set already. Wow, initial surge is stopped. I don't think he made it. What an effort by that whole Vineland defense, because the first surge stood up, nowhere to go, then starts moving forward a little bit. And the officials say the defense has held an outstanding job of team tackling, stopping that rugby scrum from going forward. And Vineland with good field position just 1 minute into this fourth quarter.
And you got to think, Rich, you know, plays like that defensively, the amount of times we've seen Danny Russo pull that play off. This defense is used to, you know, practicing against that quite a bit, and we're fully prepared for what Coach Stetzer had up his sleeve there on that 4th down play.
Well, let's get up on the ball and get ready quick. EHT still getting their offense out as the defense comes in. Be an opportunity to have them on their heels a little bit here as Russo from the shotgun.
Russo looking to pass, fires, completes to Cephas. Very close to a 1st down.
Yeah, Cephas just turns in, gets it, takes a step upfield. It's going to be 2nd and 1. And that's what happens. You throw it to Cephas there. He makes the completion. Then you start to drag the safety out of the middle of the field because they've not played him very honest.
Russo hands this one off.
Looks like it may have enough for the 1st down. And if he does, not much more. Nope. 3rd and less than a yard.
Under 10 minutes now to go here in regulation. Russo under center. He's going to push it forward himself, and he's got that first down and more.
He really creates a lot of power and a good leg drive in there. He runs bigger than he is.
Junior Gianna Favani.
So 1st and 10 from the 33 upcoming here for Vineland. Got 5 wide here on this play. Russo fires, completes, and into the end zone for a touchdown goes Joshua Cephas.
Boy, Cephas runs a great pattern and makes a tough catch and just enough to edge out and get in the end zone. Yeah, and that's what EHT's giving you with the safety not coming over on those trip sets. There's 2 guys with him, and the safety's about 15 to 20 yards on the inside. I don't think they thought Cephas was going to get a ball or Schweb was going to get a ball. It was just, let's just D up on Powell, and Vineland takes advantage of that. And quickly now at 9-17, looking to make it a 7-point game.
Ball spotted, kick is up, and it's good. So with 9:17 remaining, it's 28-21 EHT. And Rich, Josh Cephas, he fast.
Cephas beats fast. Not our first fast Cephas on the Vineland High School football team. Well, tide is starting to turn. Boy, and that all comes back to that 4th down and less than 1, where the Vineland defense stands up tall, stops the 1st and 2nd surge with great field position. Not only does it get them into the end zone on that turnover on downs, it makes them do it pretty quick. As you mentioned, 9:17 to go in a 1-possession game. EHT set to receive. They don't have anybody back deep. I think maybe I take a shot of getting this to the end zone. The return men are at the 20. The ball's been going back to about the 10.
Greif sends this one deep. It'll be returned from inside the 10. Taken down inside the 20.
That kick almost got over his head. Carlos Rodriguez takes a nice route to the ball carry and makes him come to a dead standstill as he cuts to the inside, and the rest of the defense can make the play. Nice job, Rodriguez.
Leon Ellis a little banged up as he walked off the field there as well. That's something to monitor. He's been a big part of this EHT offense in both games that Vineland has seen them this season.
And even for the defensive side, he's the one locked up with the single receiver, which has been Rodriguez a lot of it.
Brando under center, hands this one off. DJ Gurman pushed out of bounds there by the Vineland defense.
Smart run picks up almost 5. Vineland kept stringing it out, but enough speed to turn it up a little bit. 2nd and 5. And going out of bounds, that'll make the clock stand still at 9:04. Vineland trying to mount a 2-score comeback here. Vineland yet to get a turnover from EHT. They protected it well today. That's usually when you say that, you put the jinx and the hex on them.
2nd and 6. Rando hands this one off. Great stop by Vineland's defense. Daniel Russo, Emmanuel DeVellis, and Sabian Chandler all in there to make the stop, and brings up a crucial 3rd down in this game for both teams. 3rd and 3 from the 25.
Now, if you're EHT, do you go back to your bread and butter in previous games, which is that quick swing pass? And if you do, can Powell make the tackle where they're standing? Or do you give it to your back and try to get up the gut here? But it's a big play as 3 receivers down to the bottom, 1 alone to the top. Quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to try to run for it. He cuts to the inside, finds his seam, and it looks like he's going to have the first down plus a couple yards. Not his first place he wanted to run, but he found an opening.
Picks up 6.
It's nice to hear the band here. As they're playing Believer, and with just under 8 minutes to go, Vineland looking for a stop here defensively to get the ball back to their offense with a chance to tie it up. As we're at 7:41 and clicking.
Rando lines up under center. He takes the snap. He pitches this one back to Camp. And Camp is being brought down by a cluster of Vineland defenders. 3 or 4 members of that Vineland defense in there to make the stop.
The linebacker Noah Cruz was the first one up there to get hands on him. Get some hands on him, and that slowed him up. So now it's going to be 9 to go, 2nd and 9.
Second and 10 upcoming, under 7 minutes to go in regulation. Rando looking to pass. He's scrambling, he's being chased. And he's pushed out of bounds. Not much there for Rando. DeVellis, Cruz, Akami, and Tank Powell all there to push Rando out of bounds.
This is what this defense has done since we started this second half. They are swarming to the football. You have interior linemen, safeties, backers, all involved in the play. Everybody's staying involved. And Rando is not getting sacked by the first person to put pressure on him. And most of the time he's not been hit by the second. It's that group effort that can help contain him. So a big 3rd down. This is punt time if you don't make it here. From their own 32-yard line, 6:20 and running on the clock.
3rd and 9. Rando lines up under center. He takes the snap. We've got whistles.
Timeout right before the snap. As it almost looked like it was going to be a little procedure with Rando rocking backwards a little early, but Coach Stetzer calls timeout before the play goes, which is probably not a good thing for us because he must not have liked what he saw to use that timeout and stop that clock with 6:10 to go. So we have half a 4th quarter here. It's 3rd and 9. If Vineland makes a stop here, they'll have the football and a chance to tie this up.
6 minutes and 10 seconds on the game clock.
You know, the clock only a factor because of that score, you know, and Vineland's done well to come back from that EHT score, but defense just needs to do this one more time here. One play, get it back to the offense, continue this 14-point comeback.
Like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, a block punt return for a touchdown is still the difference in this game. Turnovers have been very beneficial for this EHT squad as well. It's led to 21 of their 28 points. 3rd and 9, 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Rando looking to pass. He's being chased. He fires deep, and it's complete. Big completion there by Christian Rando.
Boy, linebackers leaping in the air, trying to tip it. Just a beautifully thrown ball while under pressure and a deep drop back.
To Zion Woodford. The 6'1", 200-pound junior. Plays defensive end as well for the Eagles. And it's now 1st and 10 from the 48 for Egg Harbor.
Egg Harbor's still with a long way to go, but Vineland can't allow many more first downs to have enough time to do something with the football.
Rando hands this one off to Camp, who's taken down there.
On the Vineland sideline,
A Ulibo class.
You tell me he was a rugby player?
Yeah, he's from Europe.
You can tell he must be one heck of a guy because the place just went crazy. I'm looking for the ball on the ground. 5:07 and running, 2nd and 10. Come on, D.
Rando lines up under center. Takes a snap, hands it off. That's Leon Ellis, who's got plenty of room to go, but he's tripped up. A saving tackle there by Tank Powell. And again, Rich, these big plays just continue to happen for EHT.
Well, let me tell you, he's been hurting coming off a little gingerly, but he put that all aside on that run. Probably the best run of the day for EHT, just the speed, the explosion, the precision of where he's going. EHT set up now, and they're going to make it a 1st and goal with the ball just touching the 10-yard line. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Last time we were here, EHT had an opportunity just like this, and Daniel Russo came up with an interception. Rando looking to pass. He fires, and it's just wide of the intended receiver, DJ Gurman, covered by Daniel Russo.
Yeah, when I'm hearing you say that, I'm like, yeah, but they're not going to throw it now. And sure enough, right on cue. You know, some teams opted out of picking up extra games or being invited into their group's tournament. And just the experience in these extra games have done so well for Vineland. So we're at 4 minutes.
2nd and goal from the 10. Rando hands this one off to Camp. Great stop there by the Vineland defense. It's now 3rd and goal, under 4 minutes to go.
Somebody call timeout. Well, why are we bringing Wooder out? All right, Vineland is taking a timeout. Took a little while to get a signal, and I'm like, it's not that hot. We don't need a Wooder timeout. I'm a little chilled. Both of us got our hands in our pockets. So quickly, it's 3rd and 7. Well within field goal range here. That could make it a 2-score game again, but first step first, defend this play, let EHT make a decision. The defense's tenacity has been so much more in this half. There's been more life, more aggression, more teamwork. These are nice signs as we get ready for our Thanksgiving Day Classic coming up against a very tough Millville team, and you got to swarm to the ball, and we're starting to see that from Vineland. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Rando hands this one off to Ellis, and he's tackled shy of the goal line.
All right, Coach Stetzer. And Vineland takes a timeout. It's 4th and goal from the 2. This is your extra point range.
EHT did miss a field goal earlier in this game, much further away in distance on that first attempt.
But in the 2 games, 35 points. That's, 5 touchdowns with 5 conversions, 4 touchdowns with 4 conversions. You're 9 for 9 at this range to make it a 2-score game. But you may be looking forward to playing next week and saying, fellas, this is what we need. You didn't do it last time. It was a half a yard. I'm putting it on you. You want to win this ball game? Get a push. I just don't. You kicking it, Kyle? I'm kicking it.
I'm kicking it. It gives you a 2-possession game, and it'll be about 3.5 minutes to go. It's a tough hill to climb.
I don't think they're going to try to pound it in the middle. I think they're going to flip it out. Vineland's going to sell out up in the middle. It's this defense that the other drive started with their heels in the end zone too.
4th and goal from the 2. Rando. Yes! What a stop by the Vineland defense. Daniel Russo with some quarterback on quarterback crime. Knocks Rando's helmet off, and that's a big turnover on downs with 3:36 to go here in regulation. Daniel Russo, have yourself a game, my friend.
Wow, that was set up beautifully, as it looks like they're going to power off tackle to the top, but it's a naked boot by the quarterback, which has everybody but Russo fooled. He had a little leverage to the outside, but Russo just cinches him up and drops him down. So if you're going to tell your team, we got to plow this in on behind you, you don't run a naked boot.
5 wide here for Vineland as Russo passes, completes it to Charles Clark, who takes a big hit from Leon Ellis.
But he picks up the first down. That'll stop the clock temporarily. We don't need to be all over that clock yet, but it's important to know what it's doing with 3:25 and now running again.
Vineland only with 1 timeout remaining as well. Russo, pass, completes.
See if it's hit the second he gets it.
Tackle by number 21, Mike Wiedemann.
2nd and 8 now for the Fighting Clan here. Under 3 minutes to go. Vineland trailing 28-21 with 1 timeout remaining. Ball at the 22. Russo with 5 wide, looking to pass. He rolls out. He's going to carry it himself, trying to get to the sides, and he does.
Boy, what a difference between this and last game. With Hitchens Jr. unavailable due to injury, it's allowed them not to have to cover as tightly.
Russo picks up a first down, gets out of bounds. 2:43 on the clock. Ball now at the 35-yard line.
Let's go, boys. This one's taking a little bit of time.
And if it is, hopefully you got something big dialed up. 5 wide once again here for Vineland. Russo in shotgun. Man in motion. Low snap. Russo recovers. He's going to take it around the outside and turns absolutely nothing into positive yards there. Gets out of bounds. 2:36 on the clock. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 there.
You couldn't have said it any better, to pick up some yards out of that and to get out of bounds. We've talked about how the offensive line has continued to improve, how everybody's coming back and all that. But when you get to hurry up, it's a little bit different. So it's nice to be able to get in that huddle. How about 4 to the top?
2nd and 7. Russo, man in motion. Looking to pass. He's firing. And it's off the fingertips of Tank Powell. Knowing Tank, he wants that one back so badly.
Boy, totally outstretched. One of them just touching the fingertips. He was bumped off his route legally, but taken off his pattern that he wanted to get to and adjust, and just so close.
Brings up 3rd and 7, 2:31 on the clock. Ball at the 38-yard line. Vineland with 1 timeout. This is obviously 2-down territory for the Fighting Clan as Russo moves a man in motion. It's going to be DJ Clark on the carry. He gets sniffed out there by Rando.
But both these quarterbacks have just done an awful lot on both sides of the football. Short tackling by Rando. He's starting the furthest away and beelining up in the. Vineland's going to take their last timeout.
With 2:12 remaining in regulation. Ball at the 39-yard line. 4th and 7 upcoming.
For a little magic. Fortunately, someone's burning some leaves, so that smell is gone now. It just smells like a real nice fall night. This game was a good game in the first half and in the third quarter. But as this fourth quarter got there, both teams a little chippier, crowd a little more involved, a little more intensity. Not that they were lacking it ever, but it's really turned into a battle here. And to keep this battle going, Vineland's going to need those 6 yards on 4th. No timeouts left.
4th and 7, ball at the 39. Vineland trailing 28-21. 2 minutes and 12 seconds in regulation remain. Let's have a moment, Daniel Russo. Russo takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's firing deep. And it's incomplete. Intended for Tank Powell.
Well, great coverage downfield as some help came. It was the backside corner. Just gave up on that hitch and got back there to help out. And just overthrown, so time for that defense. 2:07 to go. Vineland cannot stop the clock. As you mentioned on the podcast, Coach Russo and Coach Stetzer playing together in the past, known each other for a long time, and this was a really good game. This is an experience for both teams that they will continue to grow from. So it looks like victory formation to me. Let's see if that's what's going to happen. Nope, they're going to give it a little handoff.
Hand it off to Ellis, who beats multiple defenders there around the outside, takes it past the 20, and out of bounds with 1:57 remaining on the clock.
That's probably his second best run of the day. Real good power and balance, nice low hips, extends his arm, buys himself a little bit of room. That was pretty much the play that Rando tried to bootleg on that 4th and goal. This time he gives it off. And that first down will make it where Vineland can't stop the clock.
Victory formation there.
Rando takes a knee.
The block punt going to end up being the difference in this one, Rich.
Yeah, the block punt for sure, because that's something that just goes right on the board with those 6 and that conversion. But when you look at the big picture, that punt was just one of 3 turnovers for Vineland.
Another kneel down here for Rando.
And Vineland has not gotten a takeaway today. I don't know. I'm trying to do my math with this clock, but coming up with like 12 seconds. Shouldn't be able to take it all off the clock.
Vineland trying the Greg Schiano Rutgers play there.
That's right. I used to play for Coach Heck, and as a nose, we would call it a trap, and you would just dive in with your hand trying to go between the ball and the center's legs. Me on one side, Antoine Brown on the other. You get a lazy snap, you got something. So it's 4th down now. This is going to give Vineland an opportunity, because the second the tackle's made, if it's not a first down, the clock will stop on the change of possession. So I don't think they're going to kneel on it here. Oh, here comes that turnover. They're going to do a little play action. Everybody's hands go up, and it's picked. Oh, it's 3rd down. They changed it down marker. All right. Now Coach Stetzer's math makes a little more sense as they mill about before they make it ready for play, and that'll do it. Far down marker had 4th up there, and I'm like,
So that's going to run out the clock here in regulation. An improvement from the last time these two teams played, as the final score that time around was 35-21. This time, EHT still reaps the benefits of Vineland's turnovers in this one, winning 28-21. Coach Stetzer goes 2-0 in 2022 against his good friend, Coach Russo.
And you mentioned the improvement. The improvement also from last year, I think it was 34 or something like that.
36-0, I think.
36-0. So an improvement, but the improvement isn't just in the score, the way this game was played. The offense able to move the ball some, but that defense really playing physical, especially in that second half. A 4th and half a yard, making a stop on a rugby scrum and still battling in there, getting some fill. So all in all, I mean, these two games have been outstanding for the growth of this program, as we have limited senior class starting on the field and a lot of sophomores, some juniors, and the depth of the program is going to grow. But I think we're in much better shape moving forward, and we know for sure we have Thanksgiving with Millville. And from what I heard on your show, Coach Russo mentioned you may be able to plug another game in if you're out of this. So we'll have to wait and see. But we'll be back for whatever it is. And worst case scenario, it'll be Thanksgiving.
And it'll be at home on Thanksgiving this year. Good to be back at Catone Stadium for Turkey Day. But Vineland falls in this one 28-21 to Egg Harbor. For my partner Rich Scarpa, for Gia and Doug on the production side of things, I'm Kyle Bennett. Go Phillies, go Eagles. And we'll see you guys for the next broadcast, whenever that may be. Enjoy your weekends.